Yep.
Hello and welcome to the Keepers of the Golden Gate, Session 2. 1 week later, I'm very pleased. I am Ryan, the GM. It is the 19th of April 2019 and here are the players.
Hello, I am Arya and I am the half-elf druid.
And who are you?
I am Adrienne, or Angela, playing Arya Blue.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm playing Crumbar, the half-orc paladin.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I play Kitty the Kill. I'm a Tabaxi rogue.
Hello, I'm Stuart. I'm a half-elf monk.
Scott, what's happening? The audio. Oh god.
What?
There was a lot of crackling. Maybe it was Stu. I don't know. It was one of the two of you. You both went green. Stu, still with us?
I'm still here, yeah.
Good. But yeah, that was horrible high-pitched noises in my ears there. Did nobody else get that?
Oh,
I did
think-
hear
Oh,
it,
yeah, we
I'm
got
not sure
that.
what it was.
Okay.
a train went by my house. It might have been that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell him to get his own microphone.
Yeah. It's like, hello. How is everybody?
I'm good. I am good.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey,
be better,
Kitty,
nope.
you forgot to
Fine.
mention that you are also going to play the role of my dinner.
I don't think she
Oh.
did. You mean she was going to
No.
play the dinner role? But never mind. What about you, Stu? How are you?
I'm okay, and I don't actually like eating cats, so you're safe.
Yep. There we go.
It's doing
Sorted.
well, though. Yes.
Just to get stuck straight in, since it'll be a shorter session than normal, who remembers what happened last time?
Found a wee annoying boy.
Oh, so annoying.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, see if we don't get an answer at him soon. I was probably gonna roll to swing my hammer at him.
I mean, did you get an answer out of him? Like,
Well, he told us his name
Eventually.
was whatever it was that with the Black Forge spear at the end, and we were like, does that make him the Black Forge spear then? Has he been turned into a human? So yeah, I guess
Or
that's
is-
where we're at, really.
Yes,
Or is it all a
I've
metaphor?
ideas of names, but yeah.
anything else happened for you guys?
Oh yeah, we got like XPs and loot and shizzle, but
Oh, we
I think
didn't.
we're just kind
Like,
of.
like, none of us can read a book, which is a bit worrying.
Oh yeah, that as well. That annoyed me.
Just as another point of admin, can people either put into the 5e chat or PM me on Discord their ideally Gmail email address, if you've got one?
Sure.
Just because I want to just set up the quest log on Google Docs right now,
Gmail.
ideally.
Oh, if it's a Gmail one.
And I'll do that just now while we're here. But yep, he's also met the hooded woman, if you remember her as well. She was a thing.
Sorry, Sophie, but I love that email address.
And,
I'm a fan of this series, and I feel almost bad that if she actually wanted to use that name as her own, I've just taken that from her.
I just love it. I like me and Stuart, so like just our names, and you're like, it's stupid fuck.
and just whenever. There we go.
Congratulations, you have entered the quite tiny group of people that know my full name. Don't try to pronounce my middle name, just saying.
I was gonna say I don't even think I could pronounce either like your last name either.
I think I could either.
Right, so I'm sharing the KOTGG hub on Google Drive. That should have sent you guys. Yep, I hear noises. Good, good.
Oh, it's you. Right, okay.
Oh, it's.
Notifications off for that.
Right, now this is probably a better place to edit things.
I'll copy the current one over.
Also, just going to make NPC list for you guys. you can make documents and stuff as well. So
Whoop. Oh, dude, all the stuff in session 1 fits like exactly on the page. Although that.
Yeah, we can even see your cursor.
yep, which is excellent.
Ryan and Scott had cursors there. Yeah.
What?
Good. So there's this, and there's also, see if you go back to the hub, you'll see there's an NPC list as well.
Yay.
I don't know if you want any kind of like party specific info as well, but if you want one, just make a document in here. Ideally make it the Google document, so if you're on a web browser or whatever, like just right click and just add a document. Just because I hate having to convert it all from like Word or stuff like that. Beyond that though, obviously everybody listening at home, thank you for bearing with us. Also like, subscribe, all that jazz, thank you. But yeah, this should be a bit better for you guys to track stuff.
This is like the best anyway.
I only got so much of that, but this was like the best ... and that's all I got. Right. So, anything else that happened last week you want to recant? Or recount, I guess?
Oh, from the last time. Well, we got given the quest to retrieve the Black Fang spear. You know, to avert great destruction. We ended up landing in a forest, heading east, I think it was. We came upon some bandits who we, after looting them, discovered they were not actually bandits. They were the king's men, or working for the king, whatever you call them. Realised they were there to guard the tower which we found the kid in, which may not be a kid. Who doesn't know what the meaning of family is and friends.
It was a very sad
writing
time.
all of these books.
And they also taught Crumbar what a cup was.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, yeah, I think obviously loot for people at home listening who care about loot. We got 6, also my own note taking. There were 6 healing potions found on these King's Men, and I think a total of 100 gold that the party have divided up differently. And we got some arrows for Arya, which is good because we were quiverless apparently, so that's been resolved. Yeah, beyond that, yeah, that's about it. Let's zoom right back into what I use. Well, here's a question as for the party: are you going to spend time in this tower? There's my question to you guys, or are we just going to have you start to leave the tower? What's the plan?
We're heavy gonna be in the tower. That boy needs to answer some more questions.
We could also have a rest here, so stay the night effectively, and I presume he's got food as well. So just save us rations.
So
I don't think anybody's used any magic.
And also, I think it'll be some convincing work to get him to, like, you know, leave the bloody place, because he seems quite at home there, if that makes sense.
well, let's just jump in then, because if we're just going to stay at the tower, let's just go straight back into the tower scene then, right? So we're back there. He's holding out the book that you have just read, with the dramatic ending. You know, the last page of the book explained that he met, you know, a hooded woman in grey that gave him this quill, and he signed the book Eremos, the Black Fang Spear.
Okay, I turn to the boy and ask him, why did he? Who gave him such an elaborate alias?
And he kind of just looks up at you, and he kind of just blinks, and then kind of like furrows his brow, and he's like, What do you mean?
What was it called again? Shit.
Where did you get your name? Black Fang Spear.
I kind of like, again, his brow kind of like unfurrows a bit, and he kind of looks at you and he's like, "Where did you get yours?"
My parents gave me mine. Yeah, I don't know actually. Good point. I think my teacher gave me mine.
So what is Reach's reply to him then?
My teacher gave me my name.
And then the boy kind of looks down at like his shoes, and he kind of goes, I think I was born with mine. And he kind of just nods proudly.
What
you
does
say-
the... Oh, you go first, Stuart.
Sorry, could you say your name as soon as you were born?
He kind of just looks at you like you're an idiot. He's like, "No. Could you?"
I didn't have my name when I was born, but yeah.
And he kind of looks at you as if, well then, like as if you've proven his point. This little indignant child. His hands on his hips.
What does the name mean to you?
And he kind of like, why do you like my name so much? And he kind of like looks a bit worried is probably the best way to put it, right? To kind of summarize. I was going to try fancier words, but worried is definitely what it looks like, because he's now getting concerned. There we go. He's starting to get a bit concerned because you're asking a lot about his name.
It's an
Well-
interesting name. Most people are called Bill or Bob or Joe, but yours is a
Uh,
little bit different.
As you say that, he's like, "Are any of yous called Bill, Bob, or Joe?"
I'm sure I've know a couple Bobs, but yeah, they're not here with me today.
Where are they? And he gets kind of excited at the idea that this is new information.
Oof, about 1,000 miles away.
Do you want to roll deception on that?
That's not well. There's a good chance I do know
Right,
people.
so you tell me, Reach, do you know people thousands of miles away called Bob?
Okay, there was Bob the dwarf, and there was
Right, okay. So let's add this to some quest log somewhere that there's Bob the dwarf out there that Reach knows, right? Okay. Because keep in mind, see if people lie to you or if you lie to people. That's why insight checks are a thing.
Yeah,
So people get a chance to roll against that to see if they notice that, you know.
apparently.
Yeah.
Sorry. 'cause-
That, but,
Shit, I forgot what I was gonna. I asked the boy. The name's interest. We're interested in the name because you don't look like a spear.
Actually, for example, Kitty here it's called Kitty, and Kitty looks quite like Kitty. If you see what I mean. You don't look like a Black Fang Spear.
And then he looks over at Kitty and he kind of like scowls a bit because he doesn't like her. And then
Mainly because right at this moment my tail has decided to knock something off the shelf and I've just caught it. And I'm looking at him like,
yeah, so
"Yay."
maybe like we've got this shot where he looks at you and he kind of like scowls a bit, and then you're like half hunched over, like having just grabbed this, like, you know, whatever it is that's fell off, and then you turn
one of
around
his books.
and then
One
like
of his precious books he told us not to drop.
and then he kind of just looks at you, and then he's like, "She doesn't look like a kitty," and kind of just shakes his head like, "Nah, that's silly. She's too tall."
Yeah, but kitties have fur, they have tails, and they're quite agile. It's in all those ways she looks like a kitty.
And then like you can see him thinking while he's kind of like looking at Kitty, and he kind of turns to you. He's like, "Okay, spears have points," and he points at you, and then he goes, "And a long leg," and he kind of like holds his leg out in front of him and kind of balances awkwardly.
Similes and metaphors are not your strongest point, are they? Really? Yeah, okay. Yes.
He's like 10.
Yes, I know. He's wrote 1,000 books.
I want to ask him. So spears are also used for killing people. Have you ever killed anyone?
He's like, in a story once.
What was that story about?
And he kind of like he sits and you can see him like get a bit defensive again, like his like shoulders tense up, like his posture changes, and he's like, I don't think I should tell you. It was a private book. And he kind of just nods and like kind of pets his lip a bit.
Was private? Does that mean it was true?
As soon as you say that, he goes, oh, and like lets out a big like childlike over-exaggerated like sigh, and he's like, private means you're not allowed to know.
I hate this kid.
Same. There's a reason I am not having children.
Crumbar or
Both.
Note to self: do not adopt children older than, like, I don't know,
10ish.
younger than 12. Like, that's for notes for myself as a person. Just saying. That's me stopping being out of character. Just saying.
Yep. So that's what he says, and he's like, ugh.
Well,
you know.
can I just point out to the group again? Remember, I don't actually know the name of my guy doesn't actually know the name of the weapon that we're looking for.
Yeah, because I like the shot at the end of the last episode where like it focuses on the text that lets you see that it says Erebos, the Black Fang Spear, and then we get the instant reaction at the start of this episode of you guys like looking at the camera as if it was the book, and then we see everything go, and then Crumbar goes, oh, because he doesn't get the
I mean, I'm not gonna
relevance.
lie. In my mind, I'm thinking we're looking for some kind of massive trebuchet or some
Yeah.
crystally magic-y build thing.
That's perfectly fine to believe that as well, yeah. Makes sense. But yeah, so the kid starts like tapping his foot a bit. He's like, are you staying? And he kind of just looks around, because it's not huge, this room that yous are in. So yous are all kind of close-ish together.
Mind if he's just stayed the night?
He's like, sure? So long as you don't mind sleeping down here.
Oh, we'll manage. We've been sleeping outside for the last short while. Have we actually? Yeah, I think we have.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, we can manage. Yeah, this will be luxury for us.
He kind of looks happy at that, like, as if, okay, yeah, this is luxury. You know? And he's like, okay. And then he
Hey,
just...
Brian, can I just interrupt? See...
Imagine I said no. Yeah, carry
Well
on.
then, we're at an impasse. See if we rest, do we regain HP?
I'll let you know when it comes up, okay?
Okay.
We'll cover all that so everybody's on the same page. As soon as the kid's like, okay, luxury, blah blah blah, he just like runs upstairs. So he just heads up to his part of the, you know, this tower thing.
Can I just say, dibs a spot by the fire.
So yeah, what does everybody else do?
Shout up or don't shout up. Anything? Do you have any food that we can cook?
And he kind of like, he leans over so you hear him like kind of like run to the banister part that looks over onto the fire, and he kind of shouts down because you can't really see up at that point, if you know what I mean. It's just and he says, you can eat anything you find, and then he kind of like runs back over to the other side of the room where you know his desk is.
I instantly search for food.
I instantly make myself scarce.
Stick to the tallest shelf.
Yeah, maybe being near the fire wasn't the best idea, Katie.
To be honest, I was thinking that. I was like, she put herself next to the fire. Somebody's gonna think,
What's the thingy roll that I do?
Investigate to look for stuff in here, yeah.
How do I do that?
Now, see, before you do that, here's a thing you can do. If somebody is free, narratively, to help, you can get advantage on the roll, because 2 people are being absorbed by that task. So, 2 of you can look over the place for food. So I'm assuming it's going to be Stu, because I think you mentioned it. And then
Yeah,
I think
so-
Crumbar, the belly rumbles, so instantly you start helping. So we'll come to you guys in a second. What's Arya and Kitty doing at this point while they 2 look for food in this place?
I think Kitty's getting the hell away from me.
I'm
Scott,
hiding on top of a shelf, a very tall shelf.
like on top of the bookcase maybe then?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking around for like anything comfortable to like lie on or like rest against, or that sort of thing. I'm trying to make myself comfortable basically, but I'm keeping an eye on all the madness going around me just in case I need to intervene.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's quite. It's not what you'd call actual luxury at all. Like, I mean, it is just a tower with like a floor at the bottom, and then the shelf with books and stuff on it, and like, as I said, there is like a cup. There's a table of stuff. There are supplies there as well. But I want the investigate roll from. Alright, so who's the main person rolling here? Is it's going to be Reach or is it Crumbar?
I'd say Reach because he kind of.
Yeah, he led it. So
he instigated
so Stu, roll with advantage, please. Toggle that on for me, and
Right.
roll investigate.
Investigate's round about there.
Not bad. 16? Yeah. So you can see like the most basic of like travel rations that you can maybe piece together that this is probably what the guards used killed. Like they probably stored them here. There doesn't look like there's anything fresh as such at all. These also are covered in dust. A lot of dust.
That's just added flavour.
Yup.
So
do you want to roll a d6 for me, Stu?
Yeah. What does the boy eat? Anyway, let's see. Oh, sorry, ignore that.
That's a d8.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, God.
Hi, Mum.
So that was you find one edible ration.
Boy. Right, okay.
I instantly take it and
Oh
scoff
no,
it.
you don't. He does, right?
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I just because obviously we were searching together.
Yep. So you search together. So see if the 16 had been on the other side. I would have let you take the priority on it, Scott,
Ah, right.
because
okay.
that would be the advantage, if that makes sense.
Right, no worries.
So I would. That's the way I kind of interpret roll 20. Because I think that's fairest. So if something interesting comes up and it was like a 1 and then a 20, I would be like, right, Crumbar, you are the one that finds this. Or if it was the 20 and the 1, it's Reach that finds it.
Can I conversate with Reach while we're searching?
Yeah, of course you can.
I ask Reach.
Again, you don't need to tell me that. Just see,
Sorry,
just ask him. Just actively engage him. Yeah.
Again, it's so weird just doing this online.
Mhm.
So Reach, what do you make of this kid, and what are we gonna do with him?
Are you saying this quietly, or are you saying it?
Yeah, it's like whispering. I want to whisper in case my sensitivity doesn't
That's fine.
pick
Yeah,
up.
so long as I know you're whispering, that's all I need to know. Yep, cool.
Right. Well, he's the one that the hooded lady Celeste said we need to find.
I look at Reach in shock as he says this and whisper and pull him closer and whisper at him. I was like, "What do you mean? She wants us to find a boy? She wanted us to find a weapon."
Well, she called the weapon the Black Fang Spear. So it looks like this boy is the weapon.
I don't remember calling him this.
Oh, you were seeing stars at the time, don't worry.
Technically, you don't know that. Just so you know, technically, Stu,
Oh.
you don't know. You just saw him stare. You just saw him staring at a white door. So yeah, I know you've been in the room. So it's up to you. If are you using the fact that you've been there for 8 years to have assumed that's why he was
looked at one of the doors in those 8 years, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That works for me. Carry on.
I kind of just look embarrassed and go, okay, I'll think of a plan. And then continue to search for food.
I would rather it was a non-violent plan. A very passive plan would be preferred here. But anyway, we'll get everybody to...
Like it's almost like you're saying almost no plan at all would be ideal.
Yes.
I think Reach kind of would have kind of noticed though that I'm not really listening to him.
Yeah, you're already sharpening your knives. I understand.
Oh no, Yeah, you don't sharpen a hammer. You novice.
Right, so what about Kitty and Arya? Are you having any conversations between the two of you, or?
I've just sort of hacked a furball up, you know.
Yeah, I was making
Um,
myself comfortable. Like I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're safe. I think we have what we want. So I was just the sort like, kind of like, if there's anything comfortable to lie on or to sit on or whatever, I'm just like, because obviously I know that there's no point in like trying to help those two, because by that point, you know, helping, you know, they're taking too much space and they're moving a lot, so that's not going to be something that I can help with, and I'm just like being chill, basically.
Makes sense, yeah.
Anyway, I think we want to go back though and start eating and settling down for the night. But whilst we're eating the rations, I presume we're going to have a long rest now. And
Alright, so that's the thing. Are you going to
ration.
stay here for like... So, you've got a short rest or a long rest, okay? You get different things back on different lengths of rest.
I'd say it'd be a long rest.
I was going to say, yeah. So a short rest is an hour, and a long rest is like at least 8 hours. Okay?
Yeah.
Just so you know. However...
Oh yeah, I would think we're staying overnight or something.
So,
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
now keep in mind, you did nothing with the bodies, right?
What bodies?
the guards.
So,
yeah.
do you want to address that first?
Might be an idea.
Yeah.
I thought the guards were miles away. Are they not really? Are they just kind of outside a little bit?
Yeah,
Around
like,
the
they basically guarded like the secret grove entrance to this place.
Can
Right,
you do me a
okay.
favor? Can you pull up the map where we fought the guards?
Mm-hmm. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Can we dump the body? Okay, back in time, flashback style. Can we dump the bodies in the river?
Roll... Make a wisdom save for me.
What do you do for that? Just roll wisdom.
No, so on the saves box, there's a box for underneath your inspiration.
Inspiration, saving throws, wisdom. Boop.
Yes,
There.
you can.
Okay.
That was would you have been smart enough to have thought of that at the time roll?
Well, I'm just looking at the picture. That river looks like it's pretty rapid with the waterfall and stuff. So my thinking would be that it would
Weird, I can't even
wash
see
the
it
bodies
move.
away.
There's a lot of white water there, so obviously it's moving as well.
Ryan, I hate you sometimes.
Uh-huh. But yeah, no, if you want to dump them, yeah. However, where will they wash up? Right? So,
Well, all rivers lead to the sea or some.
yeah,
nonsense.
that'll head to the Midland Sea, definitely. You know, that
And
sea
then they'll get eaten by a gargantuan.
Unless it goes through a city first, that would be funny.
So
No.
that, like, let's say, like, that river will lead to at least the Midland Sea at some point. Which, if we go back to the other map, let me just move us back. Ba-la-la-la-la-la.
No, I just couldn't remember if there was
Yep.
a river. or
So
not on
yours
that
are
one.
somewhere here, and that'll lead into the Midland Sea. This being the capital, you can imagine that. Also, just so you know, that the entire Midland Sea is magically controlled. The currents are, so that all the king's ships have, like, you know, the best winds, etc. What they need.
Too late. Dump the bodies in the river.
So, because of that, a lot of the monsters of the world, like the sea monsters and various things, don't actually stay in the Midland Sea because the magic has repelled them out. Powerful ones, deep ones, will stay because that level of magic to affect the currents won't bug them as much, but they might still just be asleep. You know.
Well, by the time they get there, their armor and shizzle will weigh them down to the bottom of the ocean, and something.
I mean,
have
yeah,
it for
I'm
lunch.
just saying that, you know, if MD happens across it, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Let's roll with that. Dump them in the water.
What's everybody else's thoughts? Because I think Crumbar's
Dump it as
doing this
well, I
regardless. Yep.
That's a good idea, but what about tents and stuff? Dump that as well.
Set
I mean,
them on fire.
We could just chuck the tents in the.
The overgrowth behind it.
Mhm.
Ryan, how'd you mute Discord again?
See where your name is at the bottom left.
Yeah.
Mute button.
Ah, cool. Cheers. 2 seconds, guys.
So, dumping them. What are you hiding the tents or what?
Yeah.
Hide
Well,
in the
right.
tent, I guess dumping.
If we hide
more.
them and the tents aren't found, it looks as though the guards have gone off somewhere totally and they've been prepared to go stay away for days. If we leave the tents there, it looks as though they've only gone for a few hours, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So dump them, and yeah, it might hold the story for longer. But yeah, assuming they're not found. So yeah, dump the tents, I would say.
Sorry, guys. Where are we dumping the tents?
Trees,
bushes.
river, or fire, right?
Fire. Always fire. If ever you have an option for fire, you use fire.
But that'll create too much smoke, and then it might draw attention because some people might know where this is.
But
And
it will
nothing
also.
ever burns 100%.
But it will also create more fire. Have you thought
How
of that?
about we just hide them in the growth behind it? Simple, easy, less effort.
Yeah.
Less fire, though.
Right, so you'll hide the tents.
Fire or sorry,
Yep.
trees or water, I would say, but hide them anyway. Yeah.
Cool. Right, you've hid those, and people have been dumped. Right.
Wah, wah, wah.
So yeah.
Flash
So
forward.
who makes the call to stay then? Like, who's the are we staying the night? Like, who's other things up?
I just made the assumption that we all kind of knew we were staying the night.
Yeah.
Yep. So I guess then.
Well,
yep.
we're not going anywhere without the kids, and we don't really know
yeah.
if the kid wants to come with us yet.
I've-
So we might as well just chill for a little while.
All right. I rest by the fire, close my eyes, and go to sleep.
Cool. So
We
yeah, go for it.
chat first, though. How are we going to persuade the kid into leaving with us?
Well, hold on to that just now, right? What we'll do is, if everybody can make sure their character sheets are open as well,
Yeah.
Yep.
right? And then I'm going to do all the full long rest stuff now with yous, right? So make sure that your current HP is set back to match your maximum HP.
So 24. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong way.
Yes.
Okay, back to 12. Can I put it to 24 just for the banter?
Yeah, but I'll just put you as a level appropriate threat. I'll just scale up. Right, so click out of that box for me as well, because then it updates for me too. Now, everybody should have their health back to max. I don't think our ranger people actually got hit, did you?
Nope.
Good,
No,
good.
it was only me and Stuart.
Good, good. And then nothing else should have been spent because nobody has spent any hit dice to heal yet. That you do them on short rests, guys. So if you rest for an hour, you get to roll a hit dice to recover that much HP. I think that's about it. Spells wise, the MD.
Spells, right?
Yep, all spell
Are you
slots go
supposed-
back to whatever you currently have. Sorry, Crumbar, that was me. I was clicking.
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
So, who used spells? Just Arya?
Did anyone use... I don't think... Did
I
anyone
used
use
one,
spell?
so I just brought it back to 2.
I'm gonna just close your healing word. Okay, just so you know.
What spell did you use? Can't remember that.
She healed. Right, so yep, we're back up to 2 for
yes,
that.
I should.
That's fine. As a druid, when you rest, you do a full rest, that's when you can choose your spells, by the way.
Yep.
So if you're trading them out, or whatever, let me know before you actually
Of course.
use them.
Mhm.
Or if you're keeping that list as they are now, cool, that makes it easier.
Yeah, at the moment I'm keeping it like that.
Cool, good. Perfect. So everybody should be back to top notch, essentially. Yeah. Obviously arrows don't grow overnight, so they all stay the same.
Oh, man! What sort of game is this?
If everybody can then mark off a ration from their list in the inventory.
Ration.
Also, still you should have one more because of the one you found, obviously.
So
Yeah.
that'll become 9. Cool.
Everybody know how to do that, yeah? Good.
Yep.
Good. There we go. Right, so now we'll do the cutscene of you guys all settling in for the night. So yeah, carry on, Reach. What were you saying?
Right, yeah. How we need the Black Fang to follow us. How are we going to do that? And actually, where are we going? Anybody get any ideas? Celeste said she would contact.
What's her face said that she would contact us once we have the weapon. So let's just get them first. I just grin slightly.
She might have issues like coming here, because otherwise she would have probably just, dumped her on the doorstep, dumped us on the doorstep. But I'm thinking maybe whatever brought the kid here is somehow repelling her. So either way, I think we need at least some distance from this before she can come find.
So we're going away on an adventure or something like that.
Reach, didn't you spend like 8 years in that place? Don't you know how to get there?
Yeah, well, you walk there, but not from here because I've never been here.
Well, I think the first step would be find out where the hell we actually are.
Yeah.
I think Kitty got a good enough role to learn pretty much where he's were.
She knows we're in northwest forest, northwest of the big pond.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing there's no way she would know exactly where this tower would be.
I mean, that'd be really convenient, but no.
Yeah.
I just put up my GPS. Ah, we're here!
Google Maps.
I'm guessing the tower isn't it's a new edition sort of thing, probably, for the kid itself.
That'd be a bit of a wee investigate role that you'd maybe want to do if you wandered round outside it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you just get up and go?
Yeah, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a look around.
But like, literally, is that what Kitty does, or does she say to the rest of them, because at the moment that scene would just look like you hopping off the top shelf and then opening the door, walking outside and closing the door, right? So if it's not like that, can you describe it, how it happens?
So while they're having that little conversation of where the heck are we, I'm like, well, I kind of know the general area, so I literally will just like hop off and go to walk out the door, and if anyone asks any questions, I'll just be like, I'll be back.
I just make a joke about her being a cat and having to go outside to use the bathroom.
Yeah, no kitty litter about to see. Yeah, okay. No,
Pause midway through the door, just look back and go. And close the door.
Yep. So yeah, you're outside. Yeah, you can, like, as I said, this isn't a particularly big tower. It's just, as I said, it's only two levels to it: the ground level and then the upper level. So you walk around.
Does it have a pointy roof?
Of course it does. What is?
Good.
It's got one of those really like ramshackle.
Roll investigation.
Yes, please. Yeah. Yep. So it's made of stone.
Well, it's more looking at
Sorry.
more looking at the style of it. So like each city's going to have its own style of building things.
Weirdly, because they were all built for the king. No. Like some cities, right? So some cities have a dwarven take on it, right? So obviously racial architecture does exist. For example, the city near here is primarily dwarven architecture because it's primarily dwarven money that flows into that city. It's where most of the dwarfs that live on the surface live, and that's the city of Glitterhagen for everybody, by the way.
Is that where Bob lives?
No, Bob lives thousands of miles away.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Or 1,000 miles away. I don't actually know where that puts Bob in the world, but I'll find out.
Can you ping us up a 1,000-mile radius?
Well, we know what the 100-mile is, right?
I was assuming it was down there somewhere, but I'm just kidding.
Well, let's move to the world map with our rough doodles, right? So, if this is, remember that line down there at the very bottom? Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, so that click is about 100 miles. So
we need 10 of those.
Right, maybe not 1,000.
Reach, I may think you're lying.
So 3 hexes.
Line.
So
I'm being mistaken.
So right, so we're here. I need 30 hexes. So literally, we're appointed.
Yeah.
So he lives somewhere in this region.
I
He's a
mean-
good swimmer.
Maybe he lives over there.
Is Bob a fish?
Oh, so stop doing that. I have to delete those.
Yeah, I'm trying to delete it, but
Yeah,
let me
I have
click on
to. Let's stop that. 'Cause,
Oop, there we go.
but yeah, so. But yeah, Glitterhagen is this one, by the way, just so you just know.
So, right. Where were we before we started talking about Bob? Sorry.
So, we're talking about architecture. So the architecture of this tower looks like man built it. There you go. That's the best you get. It doesn't look obviously dwarven, doesn't look obviously elven, doesn't look obviously gnomish, doesn't look halfling. It just doesn't look like dragons built it. Just looks like people built it. That's a terrible phrase. I'm going to recant that. It looks like human
IKEA.
people built it. I just realised that I called all of those other races not people by saying that, so I'm just going to go back on that. But yeah, doesn't look special. Like, it looks like a basic building. Like, if you spent enough time, you could probably have built it. You know, if you just spent enough time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nothing particularly special.
Just
So
a nondescript tower.
yeah, just as I said, it's about what? I'd say a 5, like maybe 10 meter diameter, maybe, at the base, and then a bit smaller at the top.
Can you tell how old it is?
No, not at all.
I mean, even like a kind of rough get. I mean, because obviously you'd be able to tell if it was like a brand new building or if it was
It is not brand new. No.
No.
But this looks old, and this looks really new. So it's
Yeah.
this looks old. That's it. No hint of age to it though that you can tell. You couldn't place it.
Just that it's not new.
Yeah, like for example, if you look down at the ground stuff, you'd see like the bits of like the moss coverings and stuff and whatnot. Like it's not necessarily brand new. Maybe in the roof there's probably like kind of bits of bird nests and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely, it has been here for, I don't know, maybe a
10
decade.
years?
Yeah, maybe a decade. Yeah.
Cool. I will venture back inside then and rejoin the others.
Good.
Maybe hop back up on the shelf, so I'm not like near Crumbar.
So you see anything like when you walk back in then? So you head back in. That cold draft of air obviously whooshes in when she opens the door for everybody else.
Quickly close it.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Yeah. So it's maybe like late evening at this point. What he's up to, what he's doing. Like he's obviously settled in, he's had food.
Yeah, we are pretty much going to. Yeah, I think we're pretty ready to go to sleep. But I'm assuming, like, we're planning just doing that, just trying to get the kid to come with us, because we're going on an adventure.
I'm assuming it's all hushed voices as well.
Yeah, hopefully, and hopefully, Celeste appears.
Can I do a thingy roll to look for a like big burlap sack?
I mean, the stuff that all those bad rations were kept in is a sack. So
Oh right,
Is this a sack for
okay.
a cat or a sack for a kid?
A sack for a kid. We'll get to
I
the
mean,
cat.
It's wrong, but
It's about the same height.
Okay, well, because in the morning I am going to attempt to just put said kid in bag and carry
That'd be-
kid over shoulder.
if he came
I mean-
through his own choice, it'd be easier.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
put
the
it
bag
to him.
idea.
I think we should really put the option out for him that we should go on an adventure together. It'd be something for him to write about, having first-hand knowledge. I mean, if that doesn't work, then by all means, just chuck him in a bag and throw him over your shoulder. As long as I don't have to carry him.
And also remember, he has a weapon.
I can
Unless-
make a
We find useful.
Crumbar kind of makes a huffing sound and goes, "Fine," but I still think the bag idea is the best one.
I like the idea.
And then
We get the
the-
scene in Crumbar's head where like, some kid's a weapon. I have a better weapon than that kid. Looks at his
Yeah.
hammer longingly.
Yeah, I then just roll over and go to sleep.
I think maybe I think as like the scene kind of fades out a bit, we have maybe like the three of you look over Crumbar's kind of hulk of a body, just in that kind of oh god, eye line shot that you give each other, as if maybe we need to put Crumbar in a bag, and then the
You can try.
like you start to hear the snoring, and then the camera does that pan up where it goes up through the floor, and then you see like we get like Eramos in his bed snoring as well, and it goes up through the roof, and then like it zooms away out, and we do that kind of fade to the morning, unless anyone's doing anything sneaky in the middle of the night.
Nope.
I'm so tempted to get up in the middle of the night.
I don't
and
think you
get
can, man.
back.
You were pretty beat up.
Yeah, I really was.
Yeah, like Reach and Crumbar need the rest to heal. The other two don't, so they've got a lot more kind of freedom when it comes to what you can get up to during your 8 hours. But yeah, so is Kitty or Arya doing anything like sneaky tonight, or are we just hitting the morning?
No, I just sort of make sure the fire is good to go for the next few hours, and then.
Is
curl
anyone
up.
keeping watch?
Oh.
Because you might want to
That
stagger
would have
that.
probably been the smart thing to do, yeah.
It probably would be, but well, the chance of the Wizard King sending someone out to meet the boy now is unlikely. But this is a story.
I was going to say, but we are the main characters in this story, and if it was going to happen, it'd probably happen now.
We could ask the kid how often the guard changed. And how often people checked on him.
Yeah,
just
but
saying.
the kid's asleep, though.
Oh, is he?
Could just
Okay.
make sure there's like a bar across the door, like in the olden days. Didn't really have a lock mechanism as such. It was just like
Yeah, a big
chunk
bar,
of
yeah.
wood.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could put a crumbar in front of
If
the door,
the door opens in the way, jam it with a chair or something like that as well.
or a crumbar.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Actually, a crumbar, if we can drag him there, that'd be pretty good.
All doors
Keep the draft out.
open in the way. If it's a front door, they're going to open in the way.
Oh, this door opens in the way, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Right.
And it's got like a bar on it as well, so you can bar the door.
Fun fact, it is a legal requirement that all doors outside open in the way, so it's easier for police to break them in if ever they need to.
I don't think that is relevant for this world though, but
No, it's not,
Might
but,
be,
but,
though.
but the more you know.
Fireballs knock once. Just saying. So, right, I think we just got the morning then. Who
Yes.
wakes up first? It's probably not Crumbar or Reach, just going to put that out there.
I will wake up first because I heard some birds twittering outside. It got my attention.
I just think Ryan knows for a fact that he knows if I get up first, I'm going to try and put a kid in the bag.
Now, I just know that you had, like, crossbow bolts and, like,
And all the
swords in
damage.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, it's not even a, I want to meta so that you can't get the kid in the bag. It's more of a, I just don't think you can. I think you need to sleep. But yeah, so Kitty, did you do anything before other people wake up, or like what's the?
I just sort of stretch, brush myself down, sort of make sure my fur's lining.
Maybe you were
laying
last on
flat.
watch then. Maybe that's what it was.
Hmm?
Maybe you were last to take watch, so you slept first, and
Yeah.
like so, Crumbar went to sleep. You went to sleep. You volunteered to be last watch, and then as people rotated through to you, you were the last couple hours of the watch, so that everybody else could get
Yeah.
some sleep.
I'll say this
Well,
right
just-
now, if anyone wakes me up, I will cut them.
with his hammer. That's how serious it is.
So
Uh,
I
got a
do
wee
like a perimeter check, and as I walk past Crumbar, I just hear his belly start to grumble, and I quickly step away.
So yeah. Unless there's anything specific you want to do yet, let's just all have you awake now and assemble your gear and such. I'm assuming you're all getting dressed and armor donned and such.
So, are we going with the bag idea first, or are you one of you is going
No.
to talk to him?
not
Aw.
first. No. I guess I'm the one. Go upstairs. The kid's not came down yet, has he? No.
Nope.
No, right. Go upstairs. Is he still asleep?
Bed's empty.
Yeah, I thought you might say that. You know, thought that this morning. No. Yeah, right. Okay. Has it been slept in? Is it warm at all?
It is not warm. If you go and touch it, it's not warm. No, but it does look like it's been slept in.
Right.
Early bird.
Door's still.
Door's
got the
barred.
bar on
Crumbar's in front of it. Door's there.
Yeah.
Yep. Nobody's opened it yet. Also, keep in mind, you all
Is
kept
the
watch.
window open?
You all kept
Yeah.
watch, yeah.
it. Window upstairs, I presume, in his
There
room.
is indeed a window open in the only
Like
room
kinda-
upstairs, yep.
Can I see anything from that window?
You can
Well,
just see the kind of weird,
obviously-
the kind of like secluded grove that you're in. Yeah, that's about it.
There's-
But the window was open, but it was in that way that the window was like cracked open anyway, you know?
I think we spooked him.
I don't know, it might just be an early riser, but yeah, well, yeah, you don't jump out the window if you're. Yeah. Okay, that's annoying.
Is
Might
there
have
like a
birds.
secret panel
I just-
somewhere that we need to find?
I just let out a big kind of yell, shouting out, "Boy!"
That's a good idea, Kitty, actually. Who's the cleverest who's likely to know about secret panels and all that? Who's got the cleverest one?
It's not really a question you can ask each other though, is it?
Yeah.
Can I think, who's the brain box between us?
Aren't you?
isn't it?
No,
Well,
you don't-
right, okay, I want to
Probably.
help someone search for. You're a druid, aren't you? Right, you know about
Yeah.
wood and stuff, but.
That was very like classist of you. You're a druid, you know about wood and stuff.
You know what? Yes, I have power over all.
I was like, well,
methods
I've met a
of
tree in my day, but yeah.
Can I help Arya investigate for secret doorways?
Right, so
or
what-
anything like
Well, you're upstairs, so what do you shout back down to them?
that? Oh, good point.
Yeah.
It's empty here. The bed looks as though it might have been slept in, but not for a while. He's gone. The window's open as well, so he might be outside, but I don't know.
Then Crumbar shouts, boy. So, yeah. What's Kitty and Arya doing? Now that you've just discovered the boy's missing.
I'm sort of looking, thinking that there's a secret door somewhere, so I'm like touching all the books, like pulling them towards me, see if that'll be like the lever that opens some weird thing.
So yeah, if you're just pulling out books, yeah, they just fall to the floor, yeah.
Oh
Right,
no.
actually, I'll help you, Kitty, search for secret doorways or any other ways you could have got out. Hey, actually, the window, first of all, is there any easy way down from the window?
Nope.
It's the first floor, so that's what, 10 feet roughly? 12 feet?
I think I said what it was about 10 feet. I think I did say 10 feet for the first, like the height of the ceiling in the first room.
Right.
So yeah, 10 feet.
So a child could drop down from that and not hurt itself, but
But it would be like the way you think
You
of the
would
shape
have
of the
heard a
building.
thump. Would
You-
have probably heard the thump.
Somebody would have
Would-
probably, yeah.
well.
If she was on watch, yeah. And the same as the, what do you call it? It is just like a drop, like Stu from like what Reach would know of the shape of the building as well.
yeah.
So it's not like he would have landed on something to have, yeah, it would just be a straight.
Shite out. Black Fang, where are you?
What, out the window or just in the room?
Just in general in the room.
Yeah, there's no response.
Okay, just.
Hey kid, I'm dropping all your book. Thunk. Thunk. Thunk.
Yep, and they
Kitty,
just hit.
wanna-
Yep, they just hit the ground in a pile.
Kitty, want to have a look for some secret passageways, see if there's any other way out here? I'll help you.
Yeah.
Would
I mean,
Kitty be able to? This might sound silly, and I'm sorry if
No,
it's
carry
the
on.
wrong one. Would she be able to smell him, like to track him? I know you're part cat, not dog, but still.
That, my friend, is racist.
The problem is she never took a whiff of the kid.
Ah.
In all honesty, I think if she was taking a whiff of a kid, we'd be a wee bit worried.
I was thinking, yeah,
Oh,
you need to be
crying
that
out
weird
loud.
person who goes around smelling people's hair. That's
To be fair, being part cat, it's not the weirdest, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
He was smelling worse, yeah. Right.
All right, so if you're part cat, it's fine, but when I do
The only-
it, I'm a creep.
Yes,
The only thing
yes.
I was worried about was, the entire idea of like you're trying to use a cat as a dog.
Yeah, that's it's not even necessarily a real cat that we're using anyway.
No, I know, I
So, also, no offense, Kay.
I'm taken, I guess.
You're not. It's like Pinocchio. You're not real. Sorry, you're not real.
She is real. and
Yeah,
a
that's fine,
tabaxi.
Well,
So
if we're really going into it, isn't none of this is real? That's why it's role
how
play.
dare
no,
you,
no,
Scott?
no, no. I meant that she's not a real cat.
I think we're off topic though, so let's get back in the
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
And we've got thunk of this pile of books at Kitty's feet. And yeah, what's the plan? You're in a room.
I'm gonna look at the base of furniture, see if they are moved frequently, or if there's any like dust that has been disturbed.
Roll investigate for me.
And I'm thinking of heading out, like just around the building.
Only the furniture you have moved seems to have made tracks in the dust.
So there's not even footsteps the kid took.
Oh, like I mean, there is like footprints of you guys having moved around, but obviously you have like lay on the floor and stuff, so it's quite disturbed. But from what you can tell, like things like chairs being moved and people trying to get more comfy with like moving like, the sack of like spoiled rations and stuff. Like, yeah, it seems like yous are the ones that have made a mark on this place.
Oh, balls. Right.
Did anyone check under the bed?
It's definitely feel like, but we haven't, I don't think, but yeah. Feel free, have a look under the bed.
So you head back up, or are you still up? And yeah, like you look under the bed.
Still up.
Like there's a box under the bed, but that's it. A very like kind of like it's like the size of a shoebox if they existed in this world, which they possibly do.
I mean,
It really keeps his magazines.
I'm guessing they still have shoes.
So do you reach for it?
Yeah,
Just had to do that, didn't you?
Quick look in the box he did, didn't he? He's been waiting all week for that one.
Every week I'm gonna try and get a reach for it in there. Don't worry. Anyway, but anyway, yeah. So you pull this box out. It's like I don't know. See like the local trees or whatever. It's kind of like that type of wood it's made of. Even if that's something Reach would have noticed or not. But something anyone that was obsessively fanboying over this show would notice. And
I mean, Arya knows all about wood, apparently.
but she's downstairs though.
She's a druid.
But she's downstairs. This is upstairs. You know. So this is what Reach is getting, and he's looking over the box, and it just looks like a small, like very simple wooden box with a little lid on it. That's it. About a foot long.
Very simple.
Yeah,
Locked,
like
did you say?
not even locked. Just simple wooden box with a lid.
Open up the lid.
Yep.
So dangerous.
And it's got 12 empty ink bottles.
Empty ink bottles.
12
Well,
empty ink bottles.
appear empty. Right, okay. Close the box, gently put them back. I don't want to spill the empty ink.
Yep.
Just in
And
case.
you also noticed that it was covered in dust as well.
Did we just sleep for 8 hours, by the way, or was it a lot longer?
Just check your watch.
Yeah.
Battery's dead. Ah.
Just call. What's the number for the talking clock again? Is it like 1, 2, 3, 4?
The thing is, though, seeing a world like this, you'd expect there to have like a spell for that, like an easily cast, you know, like across the entire like kingdom. You'd expect time check. And it would just come up magically.
That'd be amazing. If you stare at the sun, it just like appears like a clock instead of blinding you.
No, I was gonna say you just go blind.
Try that.
Then it's always nighttime for you.
I
Anyway.
was thinking you sort of look at your wristwatch, but it's one of those like garden sundial things.
And you just have to go, right, someone point me this way.
Oh, that'd be
But yeah,
brilliant.
so yeah, you now, Stu, you could roll and investigate if you want to spend a bit more time checking if you feel there's layers of dust more than what you remember being. Right?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
I'm worried about how long we've been there for, or how long it seems as though we've been there for. Anyway, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, you could roll investigate for that.
I want to roll investigate and just check. Yeah. So, what kind of time passage does it look as though there's been? Oh,
Yeah, looks the same.
right. So it doesn't look as though it's been. Right, so does the child just feel like, which would kind of add up? He's not quite of this world, which would add up with pretty much everything we've heard from him.
What? Because he's weird.
Yeah.
So you go
Right,
back downstairs,
almost.
or you stay upstairs. What do you do?
Back downstairs, make sure everybody knows the kid's gone. I've got no idea where he's been. Bed's been looks as though it's been slept in, but not for a while. It's cold.
Mhm.
Anybody got any ideas where this child could be, or how to find them? Oh, pull out the book. I've got it in my backpack. Can I read it now?
So you pull out the book, you open
Yeah.
it up.
What book was this? Sorry.
The kid,
You g-
yeah, the kid gave him a book.
Yeah.
Because
Yes, so he did.
what happened was I think Reach took one from the shelf and went to read it, and then he went to hand it back because he couldn't, and he was like, no, you should keep this one. You know, you might read it eventually. Something along the lines of that. I can't remember the exact wording, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
It's on the previous recording. Check out episode 1.
Right, back in a minute, guys.
So, right, so what do you do then? Are you just going to just...
Well, could read the book.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I never even answered that question. Go me. Almost got away with it too. No, you open the book and you can tell there is writing on pages, but every time you turn to a page, the ink seems to have moved off of it before you can read it. It seems to move to the next page.
See, this is why I don't read books. Books are cunt.
Yeah.
Which is Orcish for difficult.
So, I'm still downstairs, right? And
I think everybody is
what I
downstairs
wanted
just now.
to,
Yeah.
but I kept not wanting to interrupt, is I wanted to go around and see if I see any like tracks or marks or anything like around
that's what Kitty did.
the building.
Oh, so you want to go outside?
Yeah.
Not the room.
Right, so you can bar the door and head outside. Yeah.
Do I need to roll anything for like looking around and checking things?
Yep. Give me a perception check when you get outside. Yep.
No.
So you unbar the door.
Right.
You just head out while everybody else is like either looking through a book or standing annoyed at the lack of being impressed at a child weapon, and also then like looking at dust trails around the room and pulling books off shelves. And then Arya just unbars the door and heads outside. As you get outside, you like just walk around a bit the perimeter of the tower, and you spot the kid under a tree, just about 100 meters away. Just sat under a tree with a book in his lap.
I go to him.
Yeah, so like as you head up, he kind of like looks up and kind of squints because the sun's behind you, and he kind of like puts his hand up to kind of shield the sun from his eyes, and he just kind of goes, "Morning,"
I wave at him. Morning.
and he kind of just smiles with like his hand over covering his eyes because of the sun.
Do you always leave your room via the window?
And he just looks. He goes, "You're quite silly."
How so?
And he kind of like cants his head to the side and goes, "Hmm." And then he says, "Do you want to see what I'm writing?" And looks at his lap.
Sure.
And he kind of like pats the side of the tree, like where he's kind of snuggled into.
I go and sit next to where he.
And you see that on the page there is like a picture of all of yous like sat, like it's almost from the top of the stairs looking down, and it's all of you guys, like it's like a drawing of the group of you in this book.
So he's drawn us.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy.
I'll I mean, is it a good likeness of us?
Oh yeah,
or-
like instantly, like this would be like as if an actual artist had attempted with like obviously ink with a quill to draw you guys, and it was, I don't want to say photographic because it's not that good, but you can definitely tell it's you guys. It would be like the concept art equivalent of the actual art of you guys,
Yeah.
Get used to more of these descriptions.
Basically,
Yeah,
boy
no, I
boy
got
can
it.
draw good.
I was trying to figure out like
It's better than what I think
What
I
else?
could do, put it that way. It's definitely a lot better than I could do. This isn't like a quick sketch on a napkin. This is he's obviously spent a good chunk of the morning maybe doing this, and it does look good, and instantly you could spot you guys. Like, for example, this is probably better than what wanted posters would look like if they weren't magical, you know? So yeah.
So are you writing about the story about how you met us all, or what?
You kind of staring at the page. Like, he puts his hand on like the empty page, which is the right hand page. The left one's the one with the picture, and then he kind of just like leans on the book and then kind of looks up towards like where the tree's got the shade overhanging it, and he's like, no, and then he kind of just closes the book over.
I'm the only one that heard you very robotically there. Is there something wrong with me?
Does everybody else hear me okay, or?
I can hear you fine, mate.
So I'll just repeat what I
Okay, one
said.
sec. Yeah,
Still with us,
please.
yeah? So he was sat there, he put his hand on the right page, which was like the blank one. The left page had the picture on it. And he kind of leans on the book for a second or two, looking up through the canopy of the trees. And he goes, no. And then just closes the book over. So
Is that like your diary?
and then he thinks a bit more. He's like, what's a diary?
Oh shoot, would I know what the diary is? Shit. I just had that thought there. I was like, oh god, would I know what it is?
Make an intelligence save.
A what, sorry?
An intelligence save.
Thank you.
Yes. You definitely know what a diary is. Yeah. Most definitely.
Okay.
So yeah, the kid's like,
Do you
what's
have
a
a
diary?
diary?
Well, the kid just says, what's a diary? That was his reply.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's like a book that sometimes people write. They tend to write little bits in it every day.
Well, he kind of like
Or
he holds up
just
the book
often.
as you even say that. He kind of gets excited and like lifts the book off his lap and holds it up. He's like, "I have books."
It's kind of like their story. They write the story of their life in it, and they'll put things that they want to remember or things that make them think a lot. It's something that people sometimes do, especially when they have had a very, I don't know, like a very interesting life, like if their life is full of adventure or if a lot of things have happened to them.
I'm only 10, and then he kind of gets up and just walks back towards the tower.
Yes, but that doesn't mean you can't be looking for adventure.
And he kind of like as like obviously you're saying this to his back as he's kind of starting to walk away from you, and he kind of stops us, and he's like, "Are you looking for adventure?" And he's saying it like thinking to himself. He's like, "Are you looking for adventure?" You know, like you can see that he's
I'm not
thinking.
sure what I'm looking for. What about you? Would you like to go on an adventure?
And like, again, you look at him, and he's it's a mixture between kind of looking lost but looking excited at the same time. And he kind of like stops, and he doesn't actually say anything. So unless you engage him, he's kind of lost in thought.
We can't stay here forever, so I was wondering if you'd like to come with us when we leave.
And he's like, "Huh, where are you going?"
Well, I think that's something we're still deciding on. But either way, it's going to be more exciting than just staying here, right?
Can I bring my book? And like, he holds his book tighter to his chest when he says that.
Absolutely.
Just the one.
I can help you carry a few if you want. And I'm sure so with the others, but I don't think we can bring all of them at least.
He does that thing where like he puffs out one cheek and like squashes his lips together to the side of his face. And he's like, No, the books need each other's company more. I'll bring this one. And he kind of just nods, and then runs off to the tower.
I don't need to tell everybody that I found the kid then.
So yeah, like everybody else, I'm assuming you either stayed inside or eventually walked out, because that would have taken like the length of time it took there.
I assume we just all stayed inside.
That's fine.
I was putting books back on the shelves.
I was trying to think of a good reason to go outside, but no, I couldn't think of one, so yeah, I
Yep.
stayed inside.
Sorry, Sophie, did you say that you were just putting the books back on the shelf?
Yeah. So that I get caught in the act of like putting the books back, like.
Just because I'm in the
Hi.
mood of winding you up, every time that you put a book on the shelf and turned around to get a new one, I would just pull one out more off the. I would just pull that one back off the shelf and drop it.
That's when she goes, "Are you tabaxi too?" So as you're like putting books on the shelves, and occasionally Crumbar is just like, ugh, and throws one back on the ground. Like this little kind of, like a very excitable dog that runs in a room and runs back out of the room. This kid just like runs in, like clutching, a bit like a kid that runs home from school, holding his book to his chest and just like totally kind of bombs upstairs, like clump, 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 clump. You hear some rattling around, and then he runs like back downstairs, and he's just standing there with a little backpack.
I am surprised. I turned to the kid and asked him how he got out of the tower when the front door was barred.
And then he just looks at you, and then he's like, he picks up the cup and he goes, "This is a cup," and then sits it back down and runs outside excitedly.
What an absolute little.
I don't think your bag would have worked, by the way, but yeah, we've got him coming with us anyway, so great.
I absolutely love the fact that Crumbar is calling this kid whatever, and he's the one actively trying to piss off this cat and eat the cat. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe some self-reflection there, Scott, or Crumbar. Yeah, so this kid runs back outside.
Great. Everybody get packed, we're heading by the looks of it. So pack up, get my...
Arya, did you head back to the tower?
Oh yeah, I would have. Like that's what I was saying. Like I don't need to tell the like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's quite
I
obvious.
think
The little
I was
rocket ran
walking
in and out.
past-
Yeah.
Yeah. I was walking like behind him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
I wasn't gonna stay under the tree on my own for no good reason.
It was quite nice. Though it was idyllic. Serene.
take chase after the kid, asking him where he's going.
But the kids ran out, so do you just follow out?
So
after him.
follow after the kid.
Like so, like as you get outside, like he's just kind of standing like with Arya,
Mhm.
and just kind of like staring at the tower door, like come on, come on, come on, like excited, like holding, like with his two hands, like he's holding
Yeah.
onto like his backpack kind of straps,
Yeah, I'll still ask him where is he going.
and he's like, and he just like sighs, he goes, "I'm going with you, mostly her, but also you."
Oh, so you're coming with us?
And he just like he turns to
Yeah.
Arya.
He's decided to join us on our adventure.
Is he slow? Does he walk slower too?
I grumpily give a sigh and pull the burlap sack out of my bag and throw it on the ground.
And the kid looks at it and goes, "Do you not want it anymore?"
No, it's I've no use for it anymore.
And the kid just
And-
looks at it like,
I have an angry look on my face because we didn't get to do my plan.
what about you two that are still in the tower? You just head out?
Yeah, grab my
Yeah,
stuff,
just
head
follow.
out, just get ready to go. And, yeah.
Yep, so yeah, you all assemble outside the tower. Yeah, what next?
Right, we're heading back the direction we came, I guess, are we? Or anybody else got...
I was going to say we should probably ask the kid if he knows where the nearest town or village or whatever is.
Yeah.
And he's like, so as you start to head away, maybe you go to like ask the kid that, and he goes, "Oh no!" and he stops and like runs back to the tower. Do you attempt to stop him, or because you're maybe like, I don't know, 50 meters away from it at this point, maybe?
Stop him, so we're not going in that direction.
unless you actively attempt to grab him, he's actually just going to run for the front door of the tower again, with his
I can't
backpack
shake.
swaying at either side of him.
Oh, bless.
What do you shout after him? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not going...
Where are you going?
I need to leave a note.
A note.
sorry, Ryan, the way you said that was.
So
Who
yeah,
do you need to leave? Who do you need to leave a note for?
No.
by this point, yeah, he's already like ran off to the door. You see him like dump his bag on the ground very unceremoniously. Just thumps on the ground, like rummages inside, and then just like slams a piece of paper on like the door. And he kind of like looks around, and then like and then obviously the paper doesn't stay on the door. Let's face it. And then
Okay.
he picks up the paper and then like picks up like a rock that's obviously fallen out of the wall at some point, and then he just like holds the paper in his hand and then sits a rock on top of it, and then like picks up his backpack, slings it on him, and then randomly staggers back up to you guys in his full pelt run.
So he's back with us now, yeah.
And we
Yeah.
don't know what he wrote there.
And he's like,
Um,
okay, let's go.
And I don't think it matters much, although it might be a picture of us, so anything, but other than that, we're
Oh.
okay.
I'll still ask him who he had to leave a note for.
And then he kind of looks up at you, and he's like, my dad. Remember, you said we all had a dad, or a father, I guess you said. So he says, father.
So who would you say is your father then?
And he kind of like furrows his brow, and he's like,
What's his name?
probably the king. He kind of looks like he's not really sure he's gave the right answer, but he's nodding.
But so basically, the kids left a note for the king.
That's what he's just said. Yusuf said,
Yeah.
who'd you leave a note for? He's like, my father. Because he's like looking at you guys as if that's the word Yus used, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you're like, oh, who's your father? He's like, probably the king. And then he just nods, as if I'm going on what Yusuf said. Yeah.
What'd you mention in that note? What'd you say?
He's like, just that I was gone.
Did you say who you were leaving with?
And he kind of looks at you, and he's like, no, silly.
I give a wee sigh of relief.
Like, completely convinced by this 10-year-old.
And I just like sneakily go and check.
Roll stealth. You head off that way, and to be honest, I think alright, see on your sheets, you've all got passive perceptions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
everything but Sophie, what's your passive perceptions?
12.
Sorry, whereabouts does it say
So
that?
on the left hand
Under your
side.
skills.
Girls, passive perception 10.
Arya?
1 sec. 15.
Right, so yeah, Arya, you spot Kitty, head back. Whether you say anything or not is up to you, but yeah, she sneaks off. Nobody else spots this.
I try to make sure the kid is engaged in conversation.
Yeah, maybe like put
Yeah.
yourself between the
That's
kid and
funny.
him, like maybe like even if he's facing Crumbar and Reach, then maybe just stand behind him or whatever. Yeah, you're basically trying
Yeah.
to you obfuscate. Yeah. So Kitty, you head up. You're back at the tower. There's a piece of parchment with a rock sat on it.
I'm just going to take it,
Yep.
put the rock back where I saw the kid take it from, like it was never moved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just stuff it in my bag.
Yep. So you don't even read it, just stuff it in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
and stealthily join the group
Just
again. Like,
curious,
nothing
she didn't read it.
happened.
No, she did not.
Sorry, but can she see anything on it?
I mean,
Is
she
it blank?
didn't. She didn't try and read it. Right.
Okay, I know, but you'd still know this whole thing, but okay. Right.
Mm.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Off we go. Actually, yeah, where is that nearest town? Is it this direction? To the kid.
And the kid kind of like, well, I don't know. I'm 10.
You never pop out for lollipops or anything. Okay.
What's a lollipop?
Huh? We'll see if we can get you one that's nearest town.
He's like, okay. And, like, grips his backpack, like, straps tighter, as if he's ready for adventure.
Oh,
I think we're heading westish anyway, from what I gather, because we're near the...
Realistically, based on what you know, yeah. So yous are somewhere in, like, here.
Yeah.
And you know the big city is there.
Yeah.
Shadowport is closer, let's face it.
Yeah.
But that is...
well, we probably don't want to get closer to the king.
Be wet to get there as well, but yeah.
Yeah, that is... Yeah, it's not close as such. It's definitely wet to get to it, yeah.
Right, so heading west, following, if we can see the water, the sea, or wherever we're
Well,
following.
you could head
that,
south till you hit the coast and then just go west, right?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us montage then. So does anything exciting happen? I take you are headed for Glitterhagen, the big kind of the big trade city.
Is that that
I'm a
one?
little bit
No.
curious, actually.
That's
No,
Shadowport.
the next one.
Yeah.
That one?
So Shadowport isn't really a city. It's
Literally just a port.
yeah, it's an island. It's a bit like Tortuga, that idea. It's just you'd go there to get anything illegal, essentially.
Right.
Yeah, like Kitty's maybe familiar with it, you know.
Yup.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep.
If the river with the waterfall is just heading pretty much due south, which it looked like in the map, I'm guessing, but it's hard to tell. We could start following that.
Yeah, you could head out that way and then
Just
head
give us
it.
a wee hint of if there's any dead bodies kind of lying on the side of the stream anywhere.
But yeah, so who's taking point? There we go.
Well, it sounds like Reach is taking point.
Yeah, okay, cool. It's me or you is point, and the other one's at the end, back.
Because keep in mind, you want somebody to
Double
help
way.
you like pathfind your way through that, and then the core group will obviously be the core group, but you'll be wanting somebody to essentially air quote navigate for you. So is it going to be you, Reach?
Actually, I'm going to be the best navigation because they don't allow me out much nowadays. If somebody knows forest or whatever, so
I mean, I kind of know this one, so
yeah.
I guess I
maybe.
should probably lead.
Also, the
Yeah.
kid does seem to like you the least, so
Yeah.
I am literally just waiting at a chance to hit something.
Alright, so what shall I do?
do you
Shall
want
I,
to
like,
roll survival for me?
Oh,
Well then.
um,
Cool. It just means that it's going to take longer than you expect. So I want you to all mark off another ration just now,
Mhm.
just through the trip. Right, so everybody mark down a ration on your sheets. And it's just that survival check meant it's going to take longer because Kitty's like, oh, we're definitely going the right way. That's the same tree. It's definitely the same tree, but we're definitely going the right way because we went the wrong way before, so now we are going the right way. Or however Kitty would put that across. But
Can
yeah.
I just say that I now don't trust her like navigational skills, and I try to like,
take
check
proof.
that we're going the right way anyway, like not just follow blindly this.
Well, you could both try and navigate if you want, and one of you
Yeah.
could roll with advantage. So, are you going to point stuff out for Kitty to get better, or are you just kind of telling Kitty what she should have done? How are you putting it across?
No, I'm helping.
Cool. So,
Like,
Kitty, roll
I'm,
with advantage.
I'm not just following. Yeah. And do I roll as well? Or?
No.
Is-
So, you get everybody back on track, but you are both pretty much like, well, what you would have done was, because of where this is and where the kind of noise is coming from, you'd have went this way, and she's like, I know, because the other way we went was wrong. So it's now the only way to go. So, while you're pointing out stuff that is now obvious to Kitty, because she's already done the trial and error version of finding the right way.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I'm
that's
glad
how.
there's only two ways to go, the right way and the wrong way.
Yeah, handily. But yeah, so you travel anyway. You would need to, as I said, you spend time making camp, so it's probably like nighttime by the time you get to the water. So are you gonna stop or are you gonna push on? Because if you push on, you risk getting things like exhaustion. Also, you
Yeah.
have a 10-year-old with you.
No, let's set camp. Let's chill. Let's see if we can find anything edible nearby.
Not me.
Yeah. So like there's definitely plenty of things that you could have scavenged up. Do you want to give me another survival roll for me now, Arya?
You have already been found. It's not like we need to find you.
I
And
know,
I've already established that cats are not worth eating because
I'm very
you
pro
guys
your
are
character
like
not being
light
eaten
sleepers
by the party. Put it that way,
and
Sophie.
very
You're fine.
I'm
you know.
not.
So Arya, can you roll maybe survival?
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, you bring back food for every day. What do you bring back?
Like something tiny, like I don't know, like bunnies or whatever.
Yeah, so like maybe like
Maybe a
3
couple of
rabbits or
bunnies.
something.
But then again, we've reached the coast, right?
Mhm.
Actually, no. I'm a forest person. Yes.
Yeah.
Bunnies.
Okay. So like you get like 3 bunnies or whatever, and then you start preparing them. And who sets up camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crumbar.
Well, I'm out hunting
myself.
stuff, so you might as well be doing it while I'm doing that. Just saying.
Yeah. I'll set up camp.
back and knock some trees down.
Mm-hmm. Crumbar, you still with us?
Yeah.
Good man. What's he up to?
Well, if we're set up camp, I sit down and play my pamphlet again.
Oh God.
Oh,
No, but we're setting up camp. We haven't set it up yet. Setting it up. Do you help?
Correction. Yous are setting up camp. I sit down and play my pamphlet.
Oh
I
God.
walk over to Crumbar, snatch his pamphlet out of his hand, and just like stare at him like, no.
You can give it back when you've helped to set up camp.
Yeah.
But maybe not even then.
Fine. If that's a good... Did you just not say that you're collecting wood and stuff?
I will be now, but
No, but like we were
That's
hoping
if
you'd
you-
do that as the guy that can knock trees over. Yeah.
Fine. I pull out my hand axe and go to town on some nearby trees.
Okay. So yeah, you're all busy. So Kitty, what are you gonna do besides hide this pamphlet?
I'm gonna collect like small bits of tinder and stuff so we can actually make a fire.
Reach, what about you?
Prepare the bedrolls and so on again. Dig the fire pit just to make a safe fire. So on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Who's watching the
I
kid?
may or may not have used the pan flute as part of the tinder.
What? What?
That is my child, I'll have you know.
He has a lot of kids. It's
I would expect we were thinking the kid was staying near the camp, so
I mean, everybody busies themselves, so who's gonna keep an eye on this 10-year-old? As you all scatter.
I can't take him with me. I don't want him to see me kill things.
Mm.
no.
Well, I wasn't venturing too far. I was sort of staying around the camp, just getting bits close by.
I'm staying in the camp with them, so I'd be saying, look, this is how we prepare
Right, so
camp.
you're showing him stuff then?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, and I think with that, like, he's obviously dumped his bag, and he's kind of like on his knees and like with his hands out in front of him, on all fours, kind of like just like totally like paying attention as you're like digging the fire pit and such.
Okay, right, cool.
So he looks like kind of engaged, you know. Big bling in his hand and stuff like that. I mean, no, fall flat. Never mind. It's fine. Yep. And anyway, so yeah, you all come back. You set up camp, and you got some rabbit, yeah, or
Great.
whatever this world's version of rabbit is.
Mhm.
Yep. And yeah, any particular conversation topics come up, or is there?
I asked for my pamphlet.
I pretend to not hear him.
Black Fang, don't suppose you can play the pan flute, can you?
And he kind of looks a bit uncomfortable. And he kind of looks at you and kind of looks away. I like that, the really deliberate looking away.
Guess not.
I tap his arm and say, "It's fine. I
He
can't
actually
play."
flinches as soon as you tap him, like he actually like flinches, like you gave him a fright.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spook you.
And he kind of goes, "What did you mean to do?"
It's
Attract your attention.
not. Yeah, just wanted to get your attention. It's not.
And he's like,
It's
I have a
something that
name,
people
and he-
sometimes do.
and he kind of like does that over-exaggerated kid thing, like I have a name for that. I'm called
Okay, I'm
Eremos.
sorry.
And he looks at
That's
you, Reach,
fine,
when he says that,
Eremos.
like
I'll make sure we don't touch you anymore. I'm sorry.
he kind of looks at his arm.
Oh
and looks
god,
at you.
that sounded so wrong,
Yeah.
but you know what I
No,
mean.
I know what you mean. So like he looks at his arm and then kind of looks up at you, and he kind of like his face softens when you say all that. Because you don't really get the impression that the fact that you touched him like bugged him. It was just the fact that he wasn't expecting it. Because you know you are strangers that have kidnapped this child willingly, and as I said, it's when he says I have a name. It's Eremos. He's staring at you, Reach, when he says that.
Right. Oh, right. Hello, Eremos.
He kind of like nods, as if yeah, that's it, right.
Eremos.
What time,
Two
roughly, is it?
What time?
Evening.
Do you need it to
6,
be?
7, 8.
Well, I'm saying, okay, like, is it still light out? Oh,
Is it-
not
so,
light, but is it?
Let's
like,
invert this. What do you want to achieve?
I want to try and spar with someone due to the fact that I need to keep, basically just we're sitting about, so may as well.
Yeah,
get
you want to
some
keep
training
active,
done.
right? So you know,
Yeah,
like yeah,
may as well get
well let's
some
have it
training
where
done.
like the sun's getting low, so we've got that nice dusk kind of sunsetty light coming in, and so the fire is starting to do its job, but it's not needed yet, so it's not dark yet. So we can have that like the evening settle in. Yeah, feel free to pose that to one of the group members then if you want to fight with somebody.
I pose a spar to Reach, hand to hand.
Which is this how Crumbar speaks? I pose a spar
Yeah.
to Reach.
No. I asked Reach if he would
Just
spar
say
with me.
Just tell me. Just say it to him.
Reach, Mon spar,
Unarmed or armed?
unarmed, obviously. I would crush you otherwise.
Well, I feel you're at a disadvantage unarmed, but okay.
Well, it's just a spar, remember, as well.
Yeah.
But,
Right. No blood, no breaks.
yeah.
Right, so why don't you guys do an opposed athletics or acrobatics check?
Well, since we're doing it unarmed, I was going to unequip my chainmail, but I can't remember how to do that.
Don't worry about that. I just want an opposed athletics or acrobatics check.
Either doesn't need to.
I don't mind which one you want. I don't mind. It doesn't. They don't need to match. You pick what's best for you. So right,
Acrobatics or what one?
athletics.
Uh,
You pick whatever one you want, and then you roll. You probably want to pick your highest one.
I fail.
So what happens in this is Crumbar. Obviously, you can describe how this how this happens, but I think you go for the brute strength approach.
Oh yeah.
And obviously the monk does the fancy maneuver.
I start throwing haymakers.
Right.
And
then wait,
old school.
how does Reach react to that? So we've got him starting to throw haymakers and stuff. How does Reach react? Because you obviously like knock him on his ass.
Yeah, try and picture that. I would pretty much just duck down, foot out, swipe his legs away from him.
Mm-hmm. So like I think you chin
like,
dive the dirt.
Yeah.
And that's like round one. Let's just maybe not have all these shortcuts activate 100 things. So round one. Reach. There we go. Let's go again.
Well, right. Okay. Getting better.
Jeez. Sorry, I can't. Yeah.
Right. So, do you want to tell me how this happens then. So he gets back up. What happens? So, Reach, do you want to start then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
restart.
Well, yeah, I guess right. I'm the one attacking then more so. Right, okay. I
Keep in mind, what I
Actually-
want you to do, I don't care who attacks first, right? I want somebody to tell me what happens at the start, and I want somebody to resolve it. So I don't care, like, Reach, you can say Crumbar runs at me and, like, maybe tries with, like, a...
That's actually what I was thinking.
Or-
right, okay,
But then
good.
you'd stop with how you've posed it, and then he gets to finish it.
Right. Crumbar charges, gets up and he charges at me, and I step out of the way, but I'm not quick enough, so
Well,
he grabs
like,
hold
no,
of me.
Too far, Matt, too far, like, so
Right,
we've got up,
stop.
Crumbar's charging at you, yep. Crumbar,
Yeah.
finish it.
As Reach tries to step out the way, I manage to grab hold of him, laugh at him, and go, "You can't get away if I've got you," and clobber him over the head.
Yes, a friendly fight, I see. Right.
Round 2, Crumbar. So this is going to be the decider, right?
Yeah,
Roll again, boys.
Come on,
boys
Penny.
is appropriate. Oh dear. Yeah.
So, Scott, do you want to start it?
After clobbering, I'm Crumbar. After clobbering, after giving him a good dunt to the head, I.
Keep in mind, you've got to get back up and reset every time like somebody wins a round.
I throw him towards a tree, and I'll stop there.
I pretty much wrapped myself around the tree. Ended up being wrapped around the tree and just slide down 5-6 feet under the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the winner of the spot is indeed Crumbar.
I walk over to Reach, pick him up, and in Orcish I just proudly announce great fight and give him a hug. Like, you know, like the kind of over manly hugs that, you know, proper bros give each other. One of them.
Yeah, almost like the kind
And
of
then
chest
we-
pounding
then-
type thing.
Yeah, and then walk back to the fire laughing. Like walk back to the fire with him laughing.
Shake and nod respect to him. Well done.
What are the other people at the camp doing? Well, they're like spying. It can be like as they're spying or just as they're coming back to the camp.
I'm busy cooking and making sure the rabbit doesn't get, burnt on the side or something.
What about Kitty?
I've been debating chucking the pan flute on the fire this entire time.
Yeah, like,
Keep an eye on them.
mhm.
But seeing as Crumbar won, I hand it back to him as like a little victory prize.
Oh my goodness.
Do you say anything to him? Like as you're handing it
No.
back?
I just stare
One
at him,
tune.
like daring him to play the frickin' tune.
What was it I rolled last time when I was trying to play it?
It's performance.
Performance.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll sit down.
I
And
wouldn't even call it trying to play it, by the way. But yeah, it was.
I'll sit down and attempt to play it. Ah, yes.
Oh, no.
I love it. I love it so much.
To be honest, I was hoping for that.
Actually, no. Didn't we click on the instrument, the proficiency of the actual? I think we did that, so that doesn't count. Sorry, that was my
Wait,
bad.
Can I actually click on
Yeah,
the
click on the instrument and use charisma.
Ah, right. Okay, was that
What
what
was
it was?
charisma?
Yeah, so if you click on the instrument, it'll give you the option for what to pick. Charisma, sorry. So the 4 doesn't count.
2 plus 0 equals. Oh, what the hell?
Did it roll? Because I can't see.
Yeah,
Can't.
I rolled a 22.
There we go.
Nice! We have a tune!
So finally, we actually get a good tune. So the performance one was my bad. Ignore that. That's just him warming up to go, and then he.
That's you tuning in.
That was me tuning my untunable pan flute.
Yeah, but I think that's him pretending that's the tune he's going to play and just looks at everybody giggling, and then, because they know they're expected to be awful, then he actually plays this pretty damn good tune. The tune you play, where did you hear it? Like, how do you know it?
The song of your people.
Like, yeah, like, is it
It's
from...
one from the Orc band that I used to be in.
Of course. You mean the band with rocks in it?
No, not sorry, not like musical band, like war band.
I got that, yeah. I was just
Yeah.
making lots of jokes and
Just thought
references
I
to
would
Terror
clarify.
Pratchett. No, that's fine, yeah, that's good. So yeah, like, I think everybody goes to cringe, like, automatically when he gets the pan flute, and then he actually starts playing this really relaxing tune that's probably quite invigorating, you know, because it's obviously, you know, is it meant to be played for battle, or is it played after a battle? There's a better question.
It's played after a victory.
There we go. So yeah, it's an epic kind of victory tune that he's playing. Maybe because in fact he just had a victory, right? So yeah, he's feeling pretty good about himself. That's pretty good. I like that. And yeah, anyone else doing anything they want to get done at the camp, or are we just resting?
But if that's what it takes to get a good tune out of you, we might have a wee fight each night.
I'm just sort of sat there in shock, mouth open, just staring at him like, what the hell?
That noise came from that thing this time?
There you go. If anyone's interested, it is that tune that I play.
I'm just shaking my head here.
Okay. Yeah, so I think like this entire time, like Eramos has just been sat like kind of excited at when we're fighting with each other. And like making all the noises as you would expect a kid to make when like
Like watching WWF.
like see like obviously when you go to like dive and he's like and then like when you like get smacked to the ground because like Reach like swipes under your legs and steps out the way really fast, he's like you know, all those excitable kid noises. He's like, oh my god,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, he's very excitable. Although he probably wouldn't say oh my god, he'd probably say by the gods or something like that.
By Merlin's beard.
Merlin was a very fine beard stylist in this age, so
Okay, take note of that, guys.
the GM said it must be canon. Yeah, so, and like when you're playing your pan flute and stuff, like Eramos is just fixated on you. Like, and then like see when you finish the tune and it kind of like wraps up, he's just like, he's staring straight at you, kind of, not in awe, just in that kind of, this is all new to me type thing. And then like if you look at him, Crumbar, when he's kind of staring up at you, like
Sorry, I was typing some stuff.
so when he's, as I said,
Nice one, Sophie.
focus in this part of the game, leave that as
Yep,
secondary.
sorry.
As I said, the kid's been staring at you the whole time you've been playing this tune because he's like, he doesn't look disappointed by you for the first time maybe, you know, he kind of looks impressed with you, and then like when you finish the tune he's like, wow, and that kind of almost like he's exhaling, like he held his breath for the whole song, and then he's like,
Bless.
and he's like, you're good at something.
I'm good at
Trust me,
me.
kid. Trust me, Eramos is surprised more than just you. Surprised all of us.
I look at the kid with a serious look in my eyes and just say that I am good at many things. You've just not seen it yet.
And then again, he looks like a kid that, again, look of anticipation, like, oh, I can't wait, you know, like kind of creeps up in his face, like you've just told someone, you know, Santa's on his way type thing. And then we hear lots of snarling from the tree line. Everyone dramatically looks over at the tree line. You see a whole line of eyes appear in the night darkness, and we end there
Oh my.
because I'm that guy.
Ryan, have I ever said I hate you?
No, and I hope you never do. So, with that, what are we going to call this session?
Crumbar can legit play the pan flute.
It's got to be sweet, yeah.
I was going to say
That tune.
it's a bit mouthy.
Alas.
Apparently.
I'd say books and brawls.
You're good for something?
I like books and brawls. That's not a bad one. Any other ideas?
Merlin's beard.
I'm not writing that because then anybody that listens to this will be like, oh, maybe we'll get some cool Merlin content. No, there's no Merlin
No.
content. No.
No.
So
Beginning of a new adventure?
I mean, it could be, yeah. Again, lots of words, but yeah, I can add that in.
A new adventure.
We call it Bob the Dwarf.
Oh goodness.
Yes, Bob the dwarf.
A dwarf called Bob.
A
that-
dwarf called
A dwarf called...
question mark exclamation point.
Some 1,000 miles away. Right, so books and brawls, a new adventure, a dwarf called Bob. Any other suggestions?
I'm legit just gonna listen to the soundtrack.
Tuna Day wouldn't be good, but that's still.
Nah, I can't think of any other.
The Departure is not a terrible one either, but it's quite finalistic sounding.
Yeah,
Um,
Departure.
Goodbye to the Tower.
Could work.
Departure of the tower? No, that sounds like the tower's
Tower
getting
farewell.
destroyed.
The Tower's like, see you later, picks up its suitcases and just leaves.
See you later. Poof.
Gone.
I was thinking Sunset Song, but that would be totally different, misleading. But anyway,
There's also Eyes in the Dark.
Ooh.
I think that might be good for next week's one.
Find out what they are.
Mm.
Tower farewell.
Whatever they are, they're getting skipped with a hammer.
A surprising lack of hammer could be the session type.
Yeah. It's like you didn't get to use it like at all, really.
I know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a wee bit upset.
What's winning so far then, guys? What do you think?
Have you put these in the Discord chat?
No, I've actually wrote them for some bizarre reason in my own physical notebook. We've got Books and Brawls, A New Adventure, A Dwarf Called Bob, which I just wrote for jokes, A Tuna Day, Goodbye to the Tower, Eyes in the Dark, Sunset and a Song.
Be better,
Yeah.
but
That sounds quite poetic.
yeah, I could probably that as well. Actually, yeah.
Sunset and a Song.
Yeah, and that changes it enough. So yeah,
Sunset and a Song. There we go. I'll add that in.
Isn't that mad Nudie novel book?
Sunset Song on its own.
Oh,
is,
that's
yeah,
what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, that's
But,
because, yeah.
Sunset and a Song. I can't type. There we go. Session 2 ends. Sunset and a Song. And right, so Arya. Moments from the session. What did you like?
Well, I think the kid and I bonded in a way, but then again, I spooked him. So I think we've learned from him that something we should have, to be honest, already known, that he's not the typical kid that feels, that sees a grown up and just jumps at them and is okay with, that sort of like, hugs, attention, that sort of thing. So I think we've all learned a little bit more about how to act around him, which I always thought was really interesting and really cool.
Yeah, no, I really liked that scene, like you used under the tree and stuff together. It was quite nice, as well. And then obviously like the almost parallel or like mirror of that, like in his comfort zone and then out of his comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
Between the different locations. Also, the light of the morning and the dark of the night is quite a nice. If this was an episode, that would be cool. What about you, Crumbar?
I really like the sparring with Reach.
I am
That was
surprised.
Really? Am I that transparent?
No, I mean, to be fair, if my character was a fighter and I won a sparring match, I would be pleased. So,
I'm glad that we've kind of moved away from the tower and got past that annoyingness of irritating. So that's good as well.
have you got past it? You are aware that the kid's with you, right?
Yeah, but at least we're traveling to a different location now.
Yeah. As I said, well, you've headed south. You've got to like as I said, you're on the coast, but you've probably taken shelter just a bit in, so that you're not getting, hit with all the cold from the Midland Sea, and potentially pirates from Shadowport, just to the south of you guys.
I like that Sophie's gave me my flute back.
Also, we got an excellent song out of it, right? So yeah, I actually got to realise that now you're actually... Maybe it's because now you've settled into the group, your mind's less addled by star sights, So, and you've achieved things, and you've had victory, and maybe that's what you can only perform if you've had a win.
Yes! I can only play well if victory has happened.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Kitty?
Kind of doing like an Edna mode with Crumbar with the pan flute, like no flute.
Yeah.
No flute for you.
But then also I like no, we've had this before. This is a bad idea. Take it off of him. No. But then when you're like, oh, you did well. Here you go. You you won your spying match. Well done. Hands it back, and then he actually plays well. And you're like, wait a minute, what? Is this the same guy? That was good. Anything else?
Yeah, that was one of my favourite bits. I also like being the sneaky back to the thing to get the note, which I was planning to do something with that, but never mind.
No, it's okay. As I said, I like the fact that you've snuck away.
Because
you've got the note, right? You've still got it. Make sure that's in your inventory as well.
What would I put it under as? Just a note?
Yeah, just add a blank line and just type in Eremos's leaving note or whatever. Or Eremos is gone note is maybe smaller.
Yeah, done.
Perfect. Just to track this stuff. And yeah, is there... What about you, Reach?
Yeah. I was wondering if I should have used my martial arts during that wee spar, I'd have got double hits. That might have changed it, but anyway.
Yeah, I kept it simple.
Yeah, but you realised that would have broken his heart, I think, so you just let...
I'm quite happy. It is nice to see that between that and the music. It's nice to see Crumbar, not just the hammer at the front of the fight. He's a bit more than that.
Yeah, he's almost the soul at the end of the fight as well, right?
But don't get me wrong. I am totally the hammer at the front of the fight.
Yeah, but no, it's totally right. I like moments like that, especially when you get the kind of almost harder to relate to characters in any media, and you see that kind of break in the armor where there's a person beneath it, right? And they get there is more to them, such as someone sitting after a fight and playing the song that would have been yeah, we won, look how great we are. It's very almost Viking mindset in a way, celebrating after the fight and that kind of revelry.
Like Vikings.
So yeah, it's good. I like that. Anything else you want to add?
Not really. I'm kind of on our way, but on our way nowhere. No way I dare to, but yeah, I'll learn that. But yeah.
Yes, because you've essentially travelled for roughly 2 days. Just heading south.
Find us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm knackered for it.
The good thing is we've already had a long rest and nothing's necessarily happened since then, so I don't need you to long rest, which is good. And it was just the survival role that Kitty did delayed you guys, hence why it took more rations and stuff to get this far.
It's alright, I'll replace them with bits of cat.
Well, the good thing is you've technically used rations you'd have used at the camp, and the current meal has been supplied by Arya, so...
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So you've technically saved rations from that, because you don't need to spend them when she's hunting, because that's what having the Outlander thing's perfect for. It's a great way of minimising that. Also, fresh food's better, right? So, than horrible stale rations. Beyond that, we'll deal with our roster in a wee second and our scheduling, but does anybody want to add anything else? Because, I'll add some things in. There was some really good moments actually that I took notes of. There was moments where Sophie and came up with, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was really early on, and it was just instantly clicking onto things. Not necessarily the correct things, I would never give such things away, but you were thinking in the right directions for things, and I really enjoyed it. We were everybody was thinking one way, and you were in your own little camp going, what if it's this? And then later on, Arya had a moment like that.
Where the boy was.
Yeah, then Arya had a moment the same as well, and then Reach eventually, and then mostly Crumbar just went, boy, where is things? So yeah, I like the fact that like you three specifically have your styles of looking at the situation and trying to process it. It was quite apparent in this episode, so if you've ever listened back to it, you'll see these moments I'm talking about. You're like, oh, that's that part Ryan was talking about. Because you three specifically have one, like when trying to suss out this entire like scenario at the tower. And I really liked that. To the point where I want everybody to add 50 XP onto their character sheets just now.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Because I really enjoyed the fact that you was totally engaged with everything that was in the scene. As I said, it was good role playing. You stuck to what I felt like your characters would naturally do. Like for example, the druid's instant interaction was, okay, I'll go outside. Right, that just felt natural without saying, oh, because I'm a druid, I'll go outside. No, it was literally just, I'm just going to go outside.
There's a few things that I've been like, I want to do this, but it's not in my character to do it.
I mean, I would say that listening to the other team members is good, though. Like, that is something I will... like, maybe being like, so Crumbar would normally just butt in here, but perhaps through respect in the spying match, he'll listen to things Reach says now. Maybe not always, but maybe just 1 and 2, you know?
It's like, all I'm going to say is I hear you and respect you, but I'm going to do my thing anyway.
Yeah, and I will just have the world react naturally as well. Thanks, guys, for playing. It was a lot of fun. No, it was a bit of a shorter session this time, but hopefully hopefully we'll make up for it next time as well. We'll have a full-length session from 7 till 10:30. That'd be good. We'll start that roster out off recording. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.